Hello everyone and welcome to another FIFA 18 Ultimate Team video with me, Bromo18, and this time around the focus is on the squad building challenge edition of Marek Hamsik, the 89 rated card as you see before you, and whether or not he's worth the money that you have to insert into the squad building challenge in the first place to justify the price tag and the effort to complete it. The structure of today's episode will be set in a way where I'll show you some gameplay from just a few games that I've played with him since I've completed the squad building challenge, and then we'll have a look at his stats at the end, and I'll give you my final thoughts as well on whether or not he's actually worth it. And before we get into it, I want some input from you guys as well. I want to know whether or not you've done any squad building challenges, and if so, who was it and did you think they were worth it? Just leave a comment in below and I'll be sure to reply and just gauge some reaction. If you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell as well to get notifications on, as that really helps me out and I really do appreciate it. And on that note, without further ado, let's get into the video. So as you can see, this is the team that I went with, the one I've been playing with him in the side, and always the one that I wanted to fit him into as well when I first started the squad building challenge. It's almost the same as my squad builder team that I did on my channel a couple of days ago. If you haven't seen that, go and check that out. The only changes being that Blaise Matuidi, Koulibaly and also Gianluigi Donnarumma are in the side, just to make it that bit better really. The team does essentially play to his strengths because all the players around him, the likes of Marquinhos, Matuidi, Callejon, Perisic, the fullbacks, etc., are all going to work really hard. So they all do the movement around him, the defensive duties. Not to say that he doesn't chip in with that as well, but it's not reliant on him, which I think really plays into his strengths. So on to the gameplay now. There's a lot of clips like this that are quite varied to show different elements, one of which, such as this, is where he was just able to produce quick pieces of interchange and interplay to aid attacking moves. There's also a lot of this in there where he was able to get a shot away outside the box. You'll see a lot more of that. Also very good on the ball as well. Again, there are also times like this where you can see him able to just switch the ball. He remains composed despite the fact that there's actually a man on him, and then we're able to hit our opponent on the counter attack, and as you see here, we get a goal late on. There's also this next highlight, which I'm not sure whether it shows him in a bad light or a good light, but we win the ball in the 87th minute through Perisic's good work. He then finds a free run of Hamsik in the box, and Hamsik misses the first opportunity, but he's then able to scramble it in somehow. Whether or not that's a good piece of play, I'm not sure, but he does get the goal, and it forces my opponent to quit there. Again here, more quick and accurate passing, which was just so delightful to play with as well. If you saw my previous squad building video with the Ukraine team, you'd have noticed how I talked about that it was really hard to get quick interchange, quick passing going, but with Hamsik it just felt so easy, and here you can see a lovely piece of play there where he's able to just lay it off to Andre Silva, and he remains calm as well, even though the move is a fairly high tempo, and that was so refreshing just to play with. It made the game so much more enjoyable. It wasn't just his passing either that was so good. As you can see in this highlight, that does play a part, but it was also his finishing ability that really took him to another level. I mean, here he gets a ball with his second touch. He's slightly off balance. He's got men around him, but he's still able to lay it off into the bottom right-hand far corner, and that added just another element to his game and made him so much more enjoyable to play, and a massive threat on goal as well, which essentially is now how the team is built around. More goal action here. Now Hamsik scores a lot of absolute pile drivers in real life, so I decided let's try that here, and as you can see, he's just as good on FIFA as he is at them in real life. A really nice goal, and there's a lot more of that to come also. Once he got a bit of space around the area, it was just every single time it was worth a shot, and as you can see there, really nice placement. He was brilliant at getting us out of trouble defensively and putting us on the attack, as you can see here. Even though only 3-star skills, he can do roulettes like that. And also after this, he's a fantastic clearance off the line from Koulibaly. He's able to get us out really quickly. Nice 1-2 passing, and we're away again, which was just absolutely brilliant for our game style. More of that in effect here, but he doesn't actually take part in the build-up to this goal. He just finishes it off. It's a lovely breakaway. All of the team are essentially involved down the right-hand side, but then it's laid off through to him by Andre Silva, and what a finish that is. It's so calm, he's so composed, even though he's got 2 men around him trying to muscle him off the ball, and also the keeper coming at him full force as well. He's still able to do that. I rarely score chip goals, but it just seems so easy with him, so obviously I was really pleased with that. Now, there were times when he would do good things, but it would just not come off at the end. As you can see here, you know, he goes on his usual run down the middle, but then tries to lay off Andre Silva, and it just doesn't quite come off. I'm not sure whether that was down to Silva or not, but either way, it was unlucky. Here, he gets the ball, just fake shotting all over the place, and I think, well, I might as well have a crack. And it is a lovely finish, absolutely brilliant. The opponent pauses it. I think he's going to quit, but unfortunately he doesn't. But either way, really nice from Hamsik. I don't think the defending was quite up to scratch, but either way, you can't take anything away from the finish. Less involvement in this goal here, but yeah, this is again just the epitome of him. He's just able to lay it off quickly, and it sends us on the break attack again. Bernadette again, the ball goes all the way and scores once again. A nice goal and hit them on the break attack. I think that epitomises just how versatile his squad building challenge card is as a player. Like here, again, it's more about the build-up play. He can do that as well. He can lay it off from deep and set us on our way, but he can also drive at them, take the more advanced role, the more attacking side of the game, and get into those positions as well as putting it on the defenders, getting in their faces. So yeah, it was really nice and varied, and that's exactly how you want your key players to be. Here, nice little switches again, and he's very unlucky with the shot. Some more give and go action from Hamsik this time. He lays it off to Blaise Matuidi, and then he's on the run. Matuidi finds Marquisio. It bounces to Silva, who lays it off once again to Hamsik, who has continued that original run. And it is, although it gets help from the goalkeeper, it is still nice play. And again, that was just what he was all about. I love this next attacking play where he gets the ball deep, he sees the run of Caleon and just pings it and sets us on our way once again. Caleon's cross is good to Silva, but Silva's unlucky not to get it, and this really epitomises just his level of form at the moment when he goes to pick up the match ball after having scored 4 goals in that game where he only had 5 shots. Really, really impressive. Now, if I was to pick out any problems with Hamsik, I think the most problematic one of all would be his stamina. It does tend to run out more easily than the rest of his teammates. Granted, because of my playstyle, he is covering a lot of ground, so that is going to happen. But at the same time, his stamina is one of the lowest, if not the lowest in the side that played these games. So yeah, I definitely think that needs to be resolved. And I think the best way to do it is to put a chemistry style on him. One that will do physicality, preferably up by 3, you know, just to improve that side of his game. That would definitely work, at least to some extent. On top of that, I think the fact that he only has 3-star skill moves is a slight hindrance, not too much of a hindrance. If you're not really a skiller, that won't bother you anyway. I'm not expecting 5, but I would like to see 4-star skill moves, maybe. But nevertheless, he's still got 3. He can still do the basics, the fake shots, the roulettes, etc. So it's not too much of a hindrance. It's really me just, you know, picking at straws here just to try and get the most out of his game. But nevertheless, overall, I am really, really impressed with this card. Granted, it did cost me a lot of money to get this done. I started off with about 160,000 coins, played a few matches as well. So probably worked my way up to about 180,000. And all of that was gone. On top of that, out of the money I got from the packs, I probably ended up spending a total of about over 300,000 coins to get this card. However, if I didn't get those packs in the first place and doing part of the challenges, then I wouldn't have had that money to spend anyway. So it probably cost you around 180,000 coins from the base, depending on your pack luck as well. With those packs, mine wasn't too good, so I didn't get a lot. But nevertheless, I still do think he's worth the investment. Granted, you can't sell him, which is, you know, extremely irritating, but then that would lower his price down anyway. There'd be no point in you spending so much on doing the squad building challenge in the first place. You know, obviously it makes him exclusive to a certain extent. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, if you do have the money, go out and get him. Obviously it's going to cost you a lot, but I really do think he's worth the time. You know, at the end of the day, he is the best centre attacking mid in the division, and otherwise you're going to have to start trying to hybrid your team out, if not, because he's rated higher than Dybala, who was, in terms of base players, the highest rated central attacking mid. So yeah, I do think he's definitely worth it, and I really do advise you guys to go out and try and get him. On that note, guys, it's time to round this video off. If you've made it through to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content, you want to see more, and you're not already subscribed, as that really helps me out, and there's a lot more to come, a lot more happening on my channel, so go and check that out as well. And on that note, I have been Bromo18, and I will see you all very soon.